Hello, everyone. This is, I believe it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I just started, so still kind of waiting for everybody to pop in and say howdy doody. So I hope that you guys will have some great plans for this weekend. Here in the Midwest, everything's looking really nice. Is it new or no? NOE. I hate to pronounce your name wrong, but I'm kind of thinking it's new, NOE. But anyhow, welcome to the show. Um, and hi, Aiden. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? Uh, we're just kind of waiting a little bit for everybody to get in. Will is in. Jared Birds is in. I haven't seen Jared for a long time. How you doing, Jared? Marla Fries has joined. And anyhow, for those that don't know me, I'm Mary Sutherland. I'm the author of should we say 7.5 books? I've got 7 books out, and I'm working on my next one. Hopefully it'll be done within the next couple weeks and available within that time in order to purchase. You can either pretty much you can get my books any place, Barnes and Noble. You can go to Amazon. You can go to the libraries, your local bookstores. You can even purchase an autographed copy on my website at burlingtonnews.net/books. I can actually type that in for you. But anyhow, here I go. I'm just typing this in. burlingtonnews.net books. Okay, hi Eliza, hi Tina, I think. Okay, hi Alan. So anyhow, I just put up my URL for my books and articles. I'm very pleased to see how well our group is doing. As a lot of you know, it was a closed group. Hi Jesus. It was a closed group for over a year. I had it as a public group for a while, but then, we started getting overrun because the election, the trolls coming in and just causing all sorts of problems. So, I decided that we'd just close it down, have a closed group, and just have it available for people with like minds. And I made darn well certain that I moderated it so that if somebody came in, tried to cause any problems or, chaos of any kind, I'd be right there to get them out. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, it's good seeing you. Well, I don't actually see you, but you see me. And I'm using my regular Facebook live stream right now. I do have that other live stream, and where we'll be able to put up screens and people can get up and talk, and all of you guys will be able to see them. I haven't. I was hoping to be able to at least get sound coming through. Eliza, do you have what am I thinking of? Do you have a microphone? So that your laptop, do you have a microphone? Or if I private message you through Facebook, could you, or any of you, could you just answer your private message chat, and hopefully we can pull that voice through and be able to pick up your sound through my computer and then relay it right through here. So would you mind, Eliza, if I tried doing that with yours and see if we can get the sound? I'm going to pull up another Facebook site, because by rights, anything I can hear, you guys should be able to hear. We tried it that last time. Okay, hold on, Liza. Thank you. Eliza. There we go. I'm pulling up your page now. And now I am just going to private message you. And then I'm going to click on, you'll see at the top of that little window, you'll see, oh, darn it. New message, send. Huh. Oh, follow, message. No, video call. Okay. Can we do a video call? Okay, let's try that. No, I'm contacting you.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, let's find out now if everybody else can hear. Can anybody hear Eliza's voice as she talks? I'm seeing a thumb go up, but I don't know if they're saying hi or not. Let's find out. Let's see. So, how you been, Eliza?
I've been pretty good. How about you?
Well,
How's
I'm
your show?
getting a whole lot better. And now
Good.
Okay, Holly says she's hearing.
Hi, Holly.
Will Owen says he's hearing. Well, so that's good. We got the problem taken care of.
Yay.
And we're not having too much feedback either.
I'm not getting any feedback on my end.
Yes, we just got to be careful not to overtalk each other. But I was saying that, and you can join in anytime, Eliza, but I was saying that I really kind of like the way that our group is going now that I switched it from closed to public. We're getting, but I was having problems. I shut it down to closed, but because of that past election, we were getting, all those trolls coming in. And then it got to the point where there was 5,000 people, and I couldn't open it back up to the public. And so I had to get rid of a bunch of people and then take it back under 5,000. And then by doing so, I was able to change the group status to public. And so now we're getting a lot of new people in and they're all sharing their ideas. And I think that it's going to work out real nice. Have you been over to the group lately, Eliza?
No, I haven't. I wasn't sure that you were doing it, and I've been busy doing other things around here, so I really didn't get on it. Sorry.
No problem.
I've been putting fires out over here.
What?
I've been putting fires out.
What do you mean you've been putting fires out?
It's just an expression. It just means I've had a lot on my plate, so to speak.
Eliza, where are you from?
Originally or right now?
Right now.
Vermont.
Oh, okay. Well, you're getting some of that nice weather.
Oh yeah, we had good weather. We had good weather yesterday. It was like spring, and then today we've got 4 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah, I've been watching the news coming out of off the East Coast, and it looks like, what do they call it, a nor'eastern? And
I don't know what they call it.
I
just heard a winter storm or something, but it could be.
Well, we had
bad up to
yesterday. I saw my first robin, so that's always a good sign when the robins come back to Wisconsin.
I saw that post that you did, yeah.
Yeah. And then the geese are back. They're fighting with each other over territory where they're going to put their nests. So I think we're going to have an early spring. I hope.
Well, that would be nice. I don't think the woodchuck there is going to be happy because he'd be wrong.
Yeah.
Remember the
Well,
woodchuck? What's his face there?
yeah.
Punxsutawney.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah. Pocatani is something. I can't remember. But
Punxsutawney Phil, I think his name is.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
that one time he bit that news person, remember? Or no, he bit the mayor.
No kidding.
Yeah. That was kind of funny. It was we still had our 6 more weeks of winter, but it was still okay because everybody got to watch him the mayor got bit, so that was funny. So much for that.
Maybe they should have had Trump go and do it with him.
Well, yeah, he was probably frightened. Well, the thing is, the idea should be that he comes out of the hole by himself, instead of being drug out. I think it'd be a little bit more reliable that way. But they drag him out on February 2nd and expect him to do a dance for them. So I guess they get what they get what's coming to them.
But don't you think Trump should have been there so that maybe the woodchuck could have pulled his wig off?
Yeah, it's.
Did you see the picture of him getting on the plane and his hairpiece in the back flew up in the air and he had a bald head underneath?
Yes, I did. Did you see that troll?
Yes. That was cool.
The only thing that bothered me was I sell trolls. I told Brad, I said, yeah.
You don't want to see his face on one.
Well, I didn't want to see that little, that little hanging down thing.
It's for the tweeter.
It's bad enough, in reality, but, who wants to have their kids playing around with a doll like that with all of his parts? But, so now you read cards too, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. You know what I think would be kind of fun? Hold on, I'm going to get my cards and I'll give you a little reading. And
cool.
Okay, I haven't done. Well, people have been wanting me to do readings, but because I was hurt, the human body is like a battery, a car battery. And when the battery gets so dead, it won't charge back up again. And so you have to get a jump off somebody else's car, off their battery, and then let it, charge up. And see, I was thinking that because I was no longer sick and my shoulder was getting better, I thought that I'd be just fine. But then I realized that my battery was so dead, I didn't have any energy. And so I didn't want to do any readings or especially any healing on anybody until I knew that I was, that I had built up my energy where it would work, and I wouldn't tap myself out at the same time. And then, and then I was a little bit worried, about doing any healing on anybody because, who knows, I might be, trying to do a little bit of healing, but in actuality, I'm sending them some of that energy of when I was sick and when I was in pain. So I just kind of held back on it. But let me get my cards and I'll give you a little reading. And then anybody else too can go along with it if you want a reading. I don't know how long I can do it. Maybe, I don't have all my strength back. And I do think that you have to, I don't know, I would think that if you're going to be doing readings that you should, be feeling good, with your health and your energy. But we'll just kind of see what's happening, okay? Just let me grab my cards. They're right here. Hi, yes, Shelley. Hi, David. Hi, Claire. Hi, Will. Hi, Holly. But I'll be right back with my cards. They're right here. So now, I could cheat and I could say, oh, I'm feeling you, and I'm feeling your location as in Vermont. And seems like I feel moisture, like you're around a lot of snow, right? But we're not going to cheat.
No.
You know, there's a lot of people, though, you know, they're very good at reading body language. And so, and I worry about that, you know, with people coming, you know, going to, you know, various psychics, you know, because a lot of those psychics, it's all about the body language, or telephone ones are really bad because, you know, you're calling up and say, well, you give me a telephone reading. Well, sure, what's your name? Da da da, you know, in a conversation. They find out you're on Facebook or wherever, and they get all that information from you right off the, you know, off the internet, and then they give you a reading, and you end up getting charged $100. And then other people, you know, they're able to just watch. They're very good at watching the body language of another person too. There's only a few people anymore that I feel safe enough even recommending, you know, because there's so many people that's just getting into the metaphysical world, into the psychic world, just to make money, you know, and you can't do that. It's got to come from the heart. Or
Everything I've ever done. Oh, I'm getting feedback.
now,
Okay,
you good?
a little bit.
Are you still getting? You could turn yours on mute.
Oh,
Try your microphone, and then when you want to talk, then just unmute it. Does that work for you?
I don't know. I'm on a telephone, so it's a little bit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to tell you something. Now I can't remember.
Maybe it'll come up in the cards, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, it's been so long since I've even read cards. I forget which cards I was actually even using, huh? But now these cards here, Brad and I have some at. No, ours is the angel cards. Hold on. Let's see, where are they? Oh, they're downstairs, darn it. But anyhow, we have messages from the angels, and we use that one every day. But these work out really nice too, these psychic tarot. And you just keep them at your table, and every morning you just shuffle the cards and pull one card, and it just kind of gets your day started because they're positive cards, you know. So you don't have to worry about starting out your day with getting a death card. Whoops. Okay. Eliza. I'm going to try this, but like I said, my energy level isn't quite there. But we might as well test. We might as well test the waters. Okay. Oops. Okay, here's one. I'm going to do 3, okay? But the first card I pulled was light. And it's 1 and a 9. So with that's some people would look at that as 19. But I use sacred geometry. So I count that as 1 plus 9 equals 10. And 10 is 1 plus 0, which is 1, which means beginning. So, are you eating a piece of celery? It sounds like it.
No, the phone just went flying across the table and landed inside a can.
Really? For
Yep.
no reason at all?
I really don't know why it did it.
How cool is that, huh?
Definitely
Well,
weird.
I guess we're connected, right? So, I mean,
Yeah,
connected through spirit, right? So anyhow, you've got new beginnings. So, but if I remember right, didn't last year wasn't your energy around new beginnings that you were going to start out a new path?
I think so.
I'm thinking, but
Yeah.
apparently you're still doing it. All right. So whatever you started last year, I'm assuming is getting stronger for you and working out better for you. And there's a lot of light around you, and your hand is reaching out and upwards. So it's spiritual. So you're getting a lot of spiritual guidance with this, and you're asking for the spiritual guidance, and you're getting it. Because see all that yellow behind her, around her, that's all the spirits helping her as she's asking. Can you see that? So you started out that path last year, and it sounds to me like you're still on it, and it just gets stronger all the time. And that's the big thing, when you choose, to go on your path, you got to stick with it. I mean, a lot of people think, well, it's going to happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. So you just got to put in your mind what you want to do, what path you want to take, and then you just stick with it. And what it does is it pulls what your thoughts are, your desires are. You keep wishing upon it, working for it, seeing it in your mind. And eventually you pull it out of that spiritual realm, and it starts to manifest into the physical realm. And eventually, it'll solidify, and then you'll have it. It's like you can, all you guys listening, you can try this, and it works. Start thinking about maybe a red convertible. Every day start thinking about that red convertible, or I don't know, a green convertible or a motorcycle, whatever. And then it depends on how fast you can manifest. But you'll notice that all of a sudden you'll start seeing all these red convertibles, or you'll see, a motorcycle, more and more of them, and ones that you've never seen before. But what it is see, your thoughts and your needs and your desires is pulling that essence from that spiritual world and pulling it into the physical world and manifesting. Now, it's not yours, but that's your thoughts have manifested all these convertibles and bikes and stuff like that. So then you just kind of got to learn how to fine tune it, so that instead of seeing somebody else watching somebody else drive by with that red convertible, it's actually you driving the red convertible. But so first comes the thought, then comes the thought. Okay, so you have a thought, but in order to make it work, it's like a car. First of all, you have to have the car, okay? But to drive the car, you actually have to turn the car on, okay? You got to give it that juice, that spark of energy. Then it turns on the engine and you go. So you have your thought first, and then your desire, and that comes from your heart. Both of them have to work together as one. Thought, heart. So you think of something that you want, and then you start desiring it. And that desire will turn it on and cause the manifestation. But again, like I said, it depends on how good you are with your your abilities. But you just keep working at it, thinking about it, desiring it, and whatever that is will eventually manifest into your life. And that's what this card is telling me. Does that make sense to you? Huh? What?
What is the name? That card?
Yes, this is the light. This is the number 19. Can you see it? All right.
Ah, yeah.
And it's light.
Looks like a fire.
Yeah, it is. Fire is energy. That's what I was talking about. You got to turn that energy on and then receive. And that's what she's doing here. She's lifting up, turning on the energy from her desire, and all the energy is coming to her and she's receiving it. So I shouldn't say she, I should say you. And this started for you about a year ago. Okay. And hi, Michael, all the way from England. Welcome to our show. Hi, Judy. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Lloyd. Hi, Paul. Yes, you're right, Michael. Michael Taylor says it also shows she has a warm aura too, and so you've been working and getting better at your manifestations. I hope. You know
you talking to me?
Yep, Eliza.
Oh.
I'm sorry. So you said things are getting better for you?
Somewhat, yeah. We have to have something done here, though, that made things a little bit better, too. Do you remember I had told you that we had some negative spirits that were here? We were trying to get rid of them?
Right.
Yeah, we got rid of them.
You did?
Yeah.
Was it because I had suggested a few things? Did you try that?
I took a whole lot of information from a whole lot of people, and I just kind of put it all together and worked it. And that with I don't know. It seems like it's better now. I mean, because I'm not getting pushed down the stairs anymore, and we're not getting touched anymore, and woken up in the middle of the night and things like that. And there were some really strange things happening. We had some dark image manifest with red eyes, and it was just really strange. All the things that were happening. The dogs were going nuts. Dog would run out of a room really fast and hide under the table, and then just be peeking out from under the tablecloth, looking scared into the other room, and noises and banging and scratching in the walls and all kinds of things.
Did you figure out what was causing it?
Say what?
Did you figure out what was causing it?
Yeah, I think that it had something to do with the boundary issue. That not being able to put up good enough boundaries around myself to be able to keep the negative entities out. And so by putting the boundaries out and bringing in different kinds of light, it's helped to change things.
And how many people you have? How many people do you have in the house now?
Well, if you want to count dogs and cats.
No, just people.
My 16-year-old daughter, and then we have 2 dogs and a cat.
Now, remember, she's at that age of poltergeist activity, too. Remember.
Who is?
Your daughter.
Oh. Yeah, we did mention the poltergeist thing, didn't I?
I don't know, but I know that, anywhere between usually 13, 16, 17, even 18, that's when, the hormones are kind of going a little crazy on you, and you're electrically charged, your body's changing, things get flown, when you get angry, things start flying around in the house, and there's a lot of poltergeist activity going on at that time.
Yeah. So, I've had drawers open and close, and I would put something someplace, and I turn around and it's gone, and then it comes back again, maybe in a different place. And I mean, it was really freaky. It really was. I mean, I remember thinking myself that it was a poltergeist kind of a thing.
But was she there in the house when this was all going on?
Yeah, but it would happen around her too. At the bus stop, it would happen in school. She could hear people walking behind her. That when you look, there's nobody there. Things like that. The touching part was really weird though, because let's say you go to bed and you're sleeping or getting ready to go to sleep, and all of a sudden it feels like somebody's pressing on your feet or pressing up against your hip or whatever. I mean, it's just weird, you know. I did talk to a friend of mine who lives maybe 3 miles away from me. She does healings and everything.
Yeah.
And she said, told me that she thought it was boundary issues on my part. I told her myself, or asked her if it wasn't my daughter bringing it in, because my daughter does do, had been, she isn't now, she had been reading a lot of books that are dark.
That brings, and you know what happens there, that what you think brings whatever you're thinking. So if you're, dark will bring dark to you.
Yeah,
light will bring light to you. So if she was kind of getting into that dark, then that would open up the doorways to pull in that negativity. And then with her having that, being in that age group for poltergeist activity, I would say that I don't think it was so much boundaries, more so her, and her age and what she might have been doing.
Thank you. I felt the same way.
Yeah. The only thing I could see with you would then, if there's any boundary issues, it was putting up, a wall, to protect yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Taylor says you might have opened a door that you didn't realize you had done. You didn't realize you had done. Negative spirits use trickery to gain your trust, and that's very true. I've seen kids, that we used to have like what was it? It wasn't one of those Ouija boards. It was what was it called? It was some sort of a spiritual board, or so it said. And the kids used to come in when I had the Sci-Fi Cafe, and they would want to pull that out and play with it. And I would see some of them just get up and run right out the door. They were so scared because they're thinking that they're talking to one type of entity, and then that entity shows itself as something totally different, and it really gets scary. So after a while, what I just did is I just put the board up so nobody could play with it at all. Then they come in and say, "Can you bring down that board so we can play?" And I said, "No, I will not." But that's the age group, and then as she gets a little bit older, a lot of that activity, will be gone. But when they're at that age, I mean, doors will open, or, drawers will open and close, doors open up and close, things float around. She's just, she's just at that age. And the only thing that you can do is, put like a wall of protection around yourself, maybe, and just kind of wait and hope that, it hurries up and gets over with, because it can be dangerous, not that she's dangerous, but, these entities, they can, some of them, I don't think that they mean to hurt or to scare you, but we get scared. Somebody had told me one time, they said, "Well, why are you scared of a spirit popping up in your house?" All it is just a spirit. And it's like, dude, if I had a physical stranger show up in my living room and I didn't know that person was in my house, I would scream just as loud as I would if it was a spirit, something that doesn't supposed to be there, that's all of a sudden there, is scary, so. But in smudging is, you can never smudge enough. I would suggest you got to be careful on this one, though, because I was going to suggest lavender, essential oil. But you have to be careful on that, because a lot of animals are allergic to essential oil. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah, and you know, so you don't want to make your pets sick, you know. But I
Right.
mean, I mean, to try it out and see if you see that it doesn't bother your animals, and fine, you know. But if all of a sudden you see your animals getting sluggish or you know something like that, then maybe kind of not do it. Um, but take a bath at night with throw a couple hands of Epsom salts in your bath water. Then maybe pour some lavender essential oil into that, or maybe even some lemon oil. You know, something that is good for you. But that salt,
What does that do?
that Epsom salt, what's going to do is it's going to pull the negativity, any negativity you have, it's going to pull that negativity out of your body. It works like a poultice. A lot of people say sea salt, but sea salt is expensive. I say go to Walmart and get a great big box of it for like a couple bucks, you know, and use that and save yourself some money. And just take a couple good handsful of Epsom salt, pour it in hot water, you know, in your bath water, and then just sprinkle some lavender in there, and just relax and just let the salts do their thing, and that'll also pull if you have any backaches or sprains or anything like that, or a fever. That will also work to pull that out as well. Anything negative, it'll pull out of you. It works like a poultice. And then remember, if you do it at night, then you kind of got that little bit of film of salt on your body. And of course, spirits, they have a tendency not to like, I should say, negative spirits do not like salt because the salt rids them of their essence. So I think that if you just do a saltwater bath, I think that you should be fine. And try to keep your teenage daughter as calm as possible. How's that? Which is hard to do with a teenage daughter. So, but
She's pretty,
huh?
she's pretty mellow.
Good. It's difficult, you know, that age, you know. It's very, very difficult. And let's just see. But they haven't hurt you though, right?
Well, I got thrown downstairs a couple of times. That
Oh,
wasn't
that's
too
no
good.
good. That's no good.
Yeah,
Well,
and the touching, I don't like the touching either.
yeah,
I mean, I've been tripped.
yeah. Those aren't good.
Yeah, I mean, I got tripped once and I broke some bones, and I got tripped another time, and I can't remember what happened. I think it was a sprain. I mean, like I said, this happens on and off, but this was the hardest, probably the hardest one to get rid of.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you can try just telling them to go away. You know,
Oh yeah,
and
I've done that. I've done that, and they like to hide,
yeah.
and so
Well, if they're
yeah.
good, they'll leave, and if they're not so good, then they won't. So
Right.
no,
I mean,
had seen.
I wanted to do some things where I'm doing, connecting for people, on the other side. And somebody had told me that maybe I'm not ready or something. And I mean, a famous world-renowned person who does that told me I am ready and I should be doing it. So I'm getting conflicting information. But their thinking is because I haven't done it professionally, that maybe I'm bringing in negative entities or people who are hiding, like you said, hiding behind, pretending that they're somebody else.
I remember
acting like they might be somebody's brother or something, and it's an evil entity behind them.
I remember just prior to me using my my hands-on healing ability, There was a person that came in to this to my office, and they were talking to me about, not feeling good and stuff like that. And I'm listening because at that point in time, I didn't know I was psychic. I didn't know I had a psychic bone in my body, And so I'm just listening to them. Then they leave, and then my hands started itching. Then they got super hot, and then they started burning. Then my hands actually started breaking out all over, and in all over my hands, in between my fingers, with water blisters. I mean, huge water blisters. I put my hands under the under cold water, and the water didn't even seem to help. I mean, I just couldn't believe the pain I was under. And I mean, this was both hands. Anyhow, I finally got it calmed down, but I talked to a shaman, because I was doing my radio shows at that time, BUFO radio, and I was talking to a shaman friend and interviewing him, and he told me the same thing as that woman told you, that when the time comes for you to start, you have to go along with it and do it, because otherwise they're just going to keep at you, and that's the reason, like with my hands, they were burning because the healing energy was building up in my hands. Because when you're doing healing, you put your hands over a person and you can feel that heat in between your hand and that person, that's that healing energy coming out, and radiating, going into your client's back or whatever. But you see, my heat, because I didn't know what I didn't know, and so when I was listening to her and feeling, because I'm an empath, I'm feeling sorry for her and everything, it caused all that heat because my body wanted to help her, but it couldn't because I didn't release it. And so because I didn't release that energy, that heat, it backed up in my hands. It was just like somebody put a match to a can of gasoline, And so, take it for what for what it's worth. But but that does happen, that when the time is there, I don't think we really have a whole lot of choice whether we use it or not, because if you were meant to be a medium, then that could be a lot of the problems too, is because the spirit knows that you're a medium, you just don't, and they're just trying to get in contact with you, but you don't know how to do it. Just like I didn't know how to learn. I didn't know how to do the hands-on at that time. But trust me, once that shaman told me that, I learned real fast. And now, every time I'm around somebody and I feel my hands starting to burn, I'll take them off to the side, ask them if they want me to do a little healing on them. And if they say yes, then I release. And if they say no, then I go someplace where nobody can see me, and I just start shaking my hands, And, by shaking my hands, I'm throwing that heat out of me into the ground, so that it doesn't build up and cause those water blisters. Michael Taylor says, I have been followed most of my life by something, but what it is, I have no idea. It manifests as a couple of large shadow figures, but they stay at a distance. But sometimes I get pushed, punched, slapped, and scratched. Then it goes quiet for a while, then starts again. That sounds to me like a shadow being. The best person, Michael, you can ever talk to about shadow beings is a lady by the name of Heidi Hollis. I'll write her name in here. She's on. She has her own radio show. She has a Facebook site, and she was the one that actually coined the term shadow people, as well as the Hat Man. And she has been attacked by them, and And she's, and she beat them. She won over. So I would suggest that you contact that lady, Heidi Hollis, on Facebook. Tell her that I sent you, and maybe get some good advice from Heidi, because she's a good friend of mine. I totally trust her, and wouldn't hurt to join her Facebook site. And she does a show. I can't. It's She does a night show. I think it's tonight that she has a show on. Friday nights, maybe it is Friday. So, well, you can find out when you go over there on Facebook. But that does sound like that to me. Michael sounds like a shadow person, and I guess now how she said that she ridded her shadow people is she used the name Jesus Christ. Now, I think that, and I've heard a lot of people say that with alien abductions and harassments by spirits and stuff like that, you command them to go away in the name of Jesus Christ. But I think it's based on your faith system. So I think that if you're into, Buddhism, with that, you would use one of those, like Krishna or Buddha, or something. I command you to leave in the name of whatever God that you kind of follow, or you could just say, I already believe or leave in the name of Archangel Michael, something. But I don't think it's so much the name of the God that you're using, so much is the empowerment you have given that name to empower you, which causes them to fear you and you leave, or they leave. That's what I'm thinking, Michael, but I'm not sure. So anyhow, Eliza, I still messing around with your cards. But and for you, Eliza, I have you're in my group, and you'll see every once in a while a woman's name that pops up, and her name is Diana Palm. And anyhow, she's up there in the Quad Cities. She's up there by Green Bay someplace, I believe. And anyhow, I totally trust her as a medium. As a matter of fact, hold on just a second. She just put this book out. It's her latest book. Mediumship, Scrying, and Transfiguration for Beginners. Guide to Spirit Communication by Diana Palm. Like I said, I'm very careful of who I suggest or refer people to, because there's a lot of people out there that's only doing it for the money now instead of, from the heart. I totally trust Heidi Hollis for Michael, and I would advise contacting Diana Palm. She has a Facebook. Tell her Mary sent you, and get this book if you can. And then she teaches people how to, be mediums, and how to do healings, and how to, all these wonderful things. And anyhow, so she teaches people to teach. And so she may have a student that she's taught right down here in your area, so that you, or in Vermont area, find out from her because she has people come from all over the world. And so find out if she's got somebody, there. But she may also work with you through video conferencing. I know that she does that as well. And when I put my trust in people, she's one of them that I put my trust in. She's the one that actually taught me. Remember, you've seen me do that video, stiff as a board, light as a feather. and how she
Yes.
lifts, she's the one that taught me how to do that.
Ah,
But I mean, she's an amazing woman. Both of them are hearts of gold, So for both of you guys, you now know, and then get this book, and I don't think it's only $15.99. So see, everyone can gain the ability to see. Well, I'll put it up like this so you guys can see. Everyone can gain the ability to see spirits and communicate with loved ones in the spirit world, whether you're a medium or not. Mediumship, skyring, and transconfiguration for beginners shows how to develop skills for mediumship, skyring, seances, transfiguration, clearing your space, and protecting yourself from harm. Designed for everyone, from psychics to everyday people who are curious about spirituality and the afterlife, this book will help you see past life images, ghosts, and loved ones in spirit. Diana is a spiritual healer, certified Reiki master, and medium. She studied mediumship at the Arthur Findlay College in England and theta healing at the Think Institute in the United States. She works with paranormal researchers, priests, medicine men, and other healers throughout the world to continue to expand her gifts in working with the spirit world. So I think that will help you. Okay. And I'll write that down. Medium, ship, skyring, and transformation. By Diana Palm. And heck, if you're short on money, let me know and I'll buy it for you and have her send it to you. Okay? Because you need help. So I don't mind that at all. Okay? As long as you use it the right way. Yeah. Which I know you will. So anyhow, oh gosh darn, I keep doing my card, I think. But it might be the reason I keep shuffling these cards to get you a second card, but then something always happens afterwards. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe we already did what we were supposed to do.
I do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that we pretty much got it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And like I said, if you need any help, with the money or anything like that, just let me know. But contact Diana first. But I'm sure that you'll really like her,
Okay.
And anyhow. Hey, and isn't it great that we can talk?
I think it's cool.
Last time, remember, the other day when I did a show, we had Roger Spur on, and nobody could hear him. And it's like, it didn't make any sense, because it seems like any sound that goes through my computer should be going through this live stream as well. But I think it was a setting on his part. So I'm sure glad that you came in and helped me out to take care of that little problem. And hey, it was great talking to you. And,
you too. Thank you very much.
And thank all of you guys for joining our group. Send your friends our way at our new public group, Mary Sutherland, which is it's pretty much a study group on metaphysics and healing and ancient history, mythology, ancient religious traditions, cryptozoology, creating realities. We pretty much do it all. Anything on the fringe of the paranormal, UFO, and where that aren't. Some people would kind of be a little bit nervous about, but I think that we all need to know both sides of a coin before we can really know ourselves and our true path in life. Okay, so tell your friends about us. And remember to check out my books at burlingtonnews.net/books. And it was just a joy having all of you in tonight. Now I'm going to be putting this up on as an archive show. So if you missed this show and you have questions, you can still ask your questions. And because I go back in every once in a while and check to see if somebody's had a question so I can answer it. Okay. And Michael says folklore, mythology, paranormal, and UFO I find interesting. Well, I'll tell you, Michael, you found the right place then, because that's what we're all about here. Basically, what we're all about is finding truth, wherever it may fall. And like with me, I may go places that other might fear to tread, but I have a lot of faith in my angels as my protectors, so they pretty much keep me safe. They did a good job of keeping me safe this winter. JC didn't do quite so well. He died of pneumonia this year. Sad. A lot of people that here in North America that flu really hit hard. We lost a lot of good people. But anyhow, Eliza, it was great talking to you. And now that we know how to do this, we can do so much more, huh? People, they've got, they want to be on the show. All we do is we put them up here. I can have special guests talking about paranormal, UFOs, with, life and self. Oh, you know what? I've got a little guy here that keeps pushing my back, and I'm wondering, why is he pushing my back? I forgot. He wants to say hello. I'm sorry, Maxie. Oh, there's the boy. We're gonna go down and have yeah. Yep, there's Daddy calling us. We're gonna go out down now and have dinner. So Max, open up your mouth. Do your little yawn thing. Tell everybody goodbye. There you go. Do it again. There you go. Okay. He just doesn't know that he's got to get the voice out. He opens up the mouth to say hi, but you don't hear the bark or anything. But he's good. He knows. So anyhow, I'll have you guys all have a safe weekend. And yeah, he's Max, and he's our co-host, Michael. And I'll catch all you guys later. Thank you so much for helping me today, Eliza. Bye now.
You're welcome.
Bye.